still doing it. Like I'm still curious what will happen with those ghost towns, if they'll just completely be demolished or.
Yeah, but I mean that's like a headline, like that's not China. Like that's not.
But it's interesting to watch how it's all come together and like these, like I worked with older Chinese guys that like their childhood was literally growing up in a mud hut, and they would tell you that they're like, yeah, like we lived wherever you were in Shenzhen, it'd be like, yeah, we live east 12 hours in a car, and once you get out there, it's like you're coming from a mountain. You'd always have the joke, like, at the factory, like, what mountain did this guy slide down? Type of thing. But I mean, even they would have that internal joke, because I mean, that's what China was. Like, you would get in a taxi in Shenzhen, and like, if you don't speak enough Chinese to give your taxi driver directions, you won't get there. One, Google Maps isn't going to work because it's blocked. And two, there's a really good chance that guy just got there that day.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even know the roads. So there's that aspect as well that was quite difficult living there. Do you ever look at your friends I find back home? And I find China it made you like a bit more rough around the edges, where you kind of just don't put up with shit or but also in the sense that like they're not that easy in China, and you always find the way. It's just never a straight arrow. And then when you move to countries, like especially back to the U.S., but for me to Thailand, it's like there's nothing that they could do wrong here that I'd be like that I haven't already seen. Like for example, you go to dinner, let's say in Thailand, and a meal's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, in China, like you might not even get your meal.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I got it. Great. Is it the wrong one? Yeah. Am I going to eat it? Sure. And they'll ask, can I take it away? I'm like, well, I asked for a lap guy and you gave me pad thai, but you know what? I like both, so I'm good. But then you'll watch these green people that first moved to Asia, and like they demand that same like lifestyle and a service as they got from back home. And sometimes I look at these people and just roll my eye, like you have no idea. Like you think it's hard here? Please go live in China for 1 year, and you'll be screaming to come back here.
Yeah. Well, I think that like once you get that temperament, right? Like I mean. Like I should be in Buffalo, New York, playing hockey, rooting for the Bills and the Sabres,
yeah. Okay.
Which are phenomenal teams, by the way. And I'm going to call it here first, Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. So
which century?
So that like, it takes, I mean, maybe not a certain people, maybe it's by dumb luck. And not necessarily all of us that have gone overseas. I mean, there's some people that are still assholes that have been here for a while.
But you see how many don't make it.
Yeah, but like I think you lose that edge. You lose like that like okay, like there's bigger problems in life than you messed up my order for food.
I think we talked about this a long time ago. Do you ever notice that like the one thing I try to stay true to is not to lose your manners?
Oh yeah.
And it's nothing against China. I think it's just the culture, right? I mean, you could be eating. I've been eating outside the 7-Eleven, and a Chinese guy will come literally up to you, look you up and down, eat an orange, and spit orange seeds on the ground in front of you.
Oh yeah.
And he's not being rude. It's just that's the culture. But I mean, I don't want to turn into that guy. I mean, I know I am a bit.
I could tell you a few stories.
Well, easy. Don't worry. I got Hans here that can cut out anything.
Cut out this.
And we're back.
Hans, how much? How much would it take? You give me a number. Give me a number, preferably in baht.